Hey guys, Dancy2, back with Shadow of the Colossus and Horse? Well, horse in one way, I suppose. There he is. Anyway, I get to go mess with the birds again. And yeah, there we go. Finally got it off. Yeah, a lot of the animals, in fact, all the animals that I know of, except maybe the turtles, you can ride. Which leads to some very amusing things, and this is why I've been screwing around with the birds this whole time. Because I've been trying to get that off. It's a little bit ridiculous, but also a little bit cool. Anyway, I'm going to jump down here because I'm a lazy idiot. And today, we are going after our 7th boss, whose name I will probably butcher and probably offend many Japanese people. I think his name is something along the lines of Kuromori or something. Or Kuromori, I don't remember. I don't have the name right in front of me, which is why the ending is so radically different. Anyway, I'm playing with my button layout here. I think this is R1, which is just to zoom in on your lovely face. We had such lovely red hair at the beginning of this, but we're getting quite dirty climbing all over these Colossus. We need a shower badly. That dip in Hydrus's lake did not do us any good. Dorman, you got us a shower in there somewhere? No? Damn it. I should have brought soap with me. I could have used that lake earlier and took a really nice bath in there, but no. I had to be stupid. I had to just grab a sword and my girlfriend and run. No, I couldn't get any fucking soap. God damn it. You think it would at least wash the dirt off me, but no. I don't know. I guess when whatever spiritual entity dumps me back in the shrine of worship, they probably drag me across the fucking land at the same time. Inconsiderate bastard. I have an appearance to look for. I don't want to look like shit when my girlfriend's resurrected. We're gonna go on a date, man. I need to get clean for that. It's gonna be the best date ever. I'd make a corpse bride joke, but I haven't seen the movie. And from what I understand, it wasn't a very good movie either, so I really don't know. Anyway, if you can't tell, I'm trying to fill time, and honestly, I'm probably succeeding fairly well in it. That's just to see what happens if I decide to keep this cut or not. I'm slightly off my medication today, or rather, it hasn't really taken effect yet. It's early in the day, F it. I decided to do a little recording, since I actually got up early today, so I'm like, I'll do some I got up about an hour early, so I'm like, I'll do some recording before I go to work. Why not? That opening of the cave right there, to me, it's kind of reminiscent of our next boss, actually. And this is really where you can see Agro's physics really in action pretty well, because he's going to go painfully slow across this entire bridge. It hurts, people. It hurts. And I'm trying desperately to get him to speed up. It's not going to work, buddy. Trust me. But yeah, I decided to record this episode in the last episode, and I might do another one, you know, if I have enough time. Then again, this episode's kind of long. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time. I'm not going to edit them together. You won't get anything till Friday, but yeah. It's good to have some footage ready to go. Or almost ready to go, I should say. It's probably one of the more interesting treks to the Colossus. It almost outshines the Colossus itself. If this Colossus wasn't so really unique. All the other Colossi, you know, they share aspects with each other. This one, not so much. I mean, he does share aspects with other Colossi, but they're very underplayed. And the ones he does share are very... I wouldn't say they're very generic, but I wouldn't say they're very unique either. I try here to get that dive kick off again that I got off in Avion's area, but I couldn't get it to work. I still want to know what triggered that. It's so very strange that, you know, of all the contextual stuff in the game, that would be it. Anyway, we have some fish here, or eels. I think the jury's still out on whether they are fish or eels. To me, they look like salmon to me, very oddly. Which would make no sense why they're in a freshwater lake. And you can ride down, as always. But yeah, they look like salmon, which is just very strange to have them in lakes. Because typically salmon are found in either the ocean or in rivers. Another strange thing there that I just looked up and saw, and I don't know if I caught this in a recording or else I would have stayed on it a little bit longer, is right there you saw a pillar of light. If you haven't noticed, there's been pillars of light coming up from where we defeated the Colossi. And I don't know if that's a little bit preemptive, but, whatever. Anyway, here, we have the first of 2 instances of fire in the Forbidden Lands, actually. I have no idea what's been maintaining these fires or why they exist now. Just a very strange phenomenon that this is one of the 2 places that has fire, and this place really has no purpose to have fire. I'm not sure if it's interactable like the other fire, like if you bring what you get from the other fire here and try and use it here, if it'll work. In fact, I posed this question once and I don't think I ever got an answer to it. A little bit annoyed by that, but whatever. Thank you, Secret Seekers. Your purpose is now almost completely retarded because of hacking. Anyway, I might go over that later. Here, we have the introduction of our boss. Excuse me for that, I'm still trying to get over a little bit of a cold. Giant clover-tailed lizard. He's pretty fucking badass looking, if I have to be honest. Anyway, my first attempt didn't go very well. I got to here, and he decided to squish me. If you have never fought this boss before, you will have no idea what you just saw. It will all become clear in time. Just know that I got fucking owned. And that was about a half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour recording. So yeah, I was raging at this point, and I discovered something a little bit strange here. Yeah, I just decided to go rage against him right now. And that is, if you just jump down here, basically the arena really works both to his advantage and disadvantage. As you can see, we can shoot the things around his legs. I'll go over that later once the boss fight actually starts. Really, if he was in any other arena, he would both be impossible and he himself would be completely non-threat. Because as you can see down here, his bullets that he shoots don't actually hit you. 99% of the time. Their main purpose is basically like, sort of like a grenade, or like CS gas or something like that, and that is that it explodes and it creates like a mist field around you. And because of where I position myself, and basically anywhere here that's not next to him or next to the wall, the gas is just going to go completely around you and it can't hit you for shit. Because of this, he can't actually hurt you. But if you, as you saw there, if I go into the gas, it fucking owns me in less than a minute. Now, the arena works to his advantage because it's basically a bunch of narrow corridors around the Colosseum. But it also works to his disadvantage, as we see, because it's the only way for us to actually get him down. If you're wondering where his weak point is, it's on his belly. There's 2 of them on his belly, one in his crotch, and one kind of in between his front legs, so in between his front and his back legs. And I kept this in, I think, because I thought I was going to need it, but I decided to show me raging. Anyway, let's actually get on to fighting him properly. If you time that right, you can roll underneath there and basically just pop out on the other side. I fuck it up a little bit here. And I think he actually comes up to get me now. Yeah. Yeah, we're not halfway through the fight. This is going to get boring very fast. Yeah, there's a lot of pausing here. This recording went on for a very long time. Oh shit. There are numerous holes in the wall. You're going to want to shoot through these, probably. It's where I shoot through, at least. The main idea here is, as you saw earlier, there's glowing bits on the side of his feet that we can shoot in. We are going to want to shoot these, because they are our key to victory. We shoot 2 of them. When he's on the wall, he will lose his grip, and he will fall down and be stunned for a short amount of time. the further up he is, the longer he will stay stunned when he is, when he gets dropped down. Oh shit. I'm not sure if he could, how he interacts with the holes in the walls. But needless to say, they're kind of openings for you, but at the same time, they're also pretty safe as far as him coming up to you. If you're good, you can basically jump on his belly from one of the windows. However, this is not suggested because, as you saw with his tail, he can very easily crush you, and a lot of times he can glitch you. And this is straight up glitching, like balls out. Some of the more notorious ones is he will send you flying like 50 feet up in the air, and just that's very strange. Come on. Oh. There we go. Now here's where you're gonna want to control your fall. Just hold down R1 and then tap it off. This will allow you to land with minimal damage and save you a lot of time coming down. I go after his front one here first, just because I wanted to try and get it out of the way. I forget how successful I am, because I kind of waste a little bit of time here. But it's kind of useful to go after whichever one's closer, if you can get to it. I got lucky with how his legs interacted with me, and that was very close to getting glitched out. Anyway, we're going to want to climb back all the way up. And while we do so, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. There we go. Oh, there we go, all better. Damn you, Cole. Why must you choose now to rear your ugly head? Anyway, we are now at the top again, yay. We must knock him down again. I am Garland, I will knock you down. Whistling is normally the best way to get him up here. Shooting an arrow, oddly enough, not actually going to be very useful for this. Mainly because of all the obstacles in your way. However, you're going to need to in order to get his legs down. Once again, expert archery at its best. I forget if it's this one or the next one that I pull off a pretty good blind shot. Oh yeah, this is the one I almost died on because I was an idiot. Gotcha. And gotcha. This boss can either be very easy or very hard. It all depends on how he decides to move on you. Anyway, as for Kuromori in development, we actually have a bit of 3D just models of him during development, and it's actually very interesting that he's the first one I actually could talk about aside from, you know, the first two, which are kind of some of the more well-known, although they've changed probably the least. During development, he looked very strange in my opinion. He almost looked like a bug in certain shots. In other shots, he's a little bit more like he is now, but in both cases, he seems to still share the stone eyes, and I think that's just kind of a common thread throughout the beta Colossi. A very interesting thing to note is all the development shots I've seen of him, his back armor is entirely missing, and his back is exposed. In this case, unlike in the final product, he doesn't actually have energy shooting from it. He's got a more typical fur back. and actually very reminiscent of later Colossi, specifically 11 and 14, if you know what they are, after you've done something to them. Implying, to me at least, that maybe his fight was originally supposed to be something along those lines as well. However, you know, I'm glad it seems that they cut it just because that would be far too repetitive, having 3 Colossi having practically the same fight. The 2 that share a fight, even now, are pushing it slightly. Even with that, you know, I don't mind them pushing those 2 having the same fight, but 3 would have been far too much. His face design seems to be rather consistent, though. In just, you know, that kind of, you know, square opening for a mouth. I'm not sure if he had the ability to shoot lasers at all times, but he seems to have at least a similar design. But yeah, the open back is kind of strange. I don't know why they decided to change that. Although, I can't argue with the current design. It definitely is one of the more original and certainly one of the more interesting. I say that about every Colossus, but, you know, for the most part, it's true. And that's really what you think about when you see them, is, you know, this is a very interesting being that I am attempting to murder inhumanely. Then again, to be completely respectful, he's trying to kill me as well. Ugh, that was inappropriate, I don't care. Snort. I feels it dripping from the back of my throat. Why won't you die? Roll out. I think, yeah, this is my blind shot. Nailed it. And I reposition myself so I can actually see this shot. I don't rely on my luck twice. And we go in for the final kill. This is for making me do your fight twice. Shark. Jump stabbing can actually be kind of effective here if you do it right. Anyway, interesting little note. He has the shortest death animation. I'm not exactly sure the time because I don't have it right in front of me, but it is the shortest. Anyway, for the first time in a while, hopefully these things will hit me in a sometime decent manner. And I will see you guys next time. There we go. Goodbye. Don't drag me across the ground this time.